Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got a major jail update for Diddy, aka Sean Diddy Combs. From new courtroom developments to life behind bars at the Brooklyn MDC, we're breaking down every critical detail you need. So stick around, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive in. First, a quick refresher. Combs was indicted on September 16, 2024 in the Southern District of New York, facing racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation for prostitution charges. Accusations stemming from alleged freak-off events over nearly 2 decades. Since his arrest, Combs has been denied bail 3 times, with judges citing witness intimidation risks and his resources. He remains in federal custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, MDC, as we speak. On October 10, 2024, Judge Aaron Subramanian set Combs' trial to begin May 5, 2025. Rejecting defense requests to delay. Most recently, Combs' bid to push the trial back by 2 months was formally declined on April 18, 2025. He continues to prepare for jury selection from behind bars, with no bail in sight. In a last-minute move, Combs added veteran attorney Xavier R. Donaldson to his defense just 3 days before trial. Donaldson, a former Bronx prosecutor, joins heavy hitters like Mark Agnafilo and Tini Geragos, an indication the music mogul is doubling down on his sex trafficking trial defense. Here's a unique twist. On May 1st, 2025, Judge Subramanian approved Combs' request to wear non-prison clothing at trial, allowing him to receive civilian attire at the MDC instead of standard orange jumpsuits. This rare concession aims to preserve his public image and comfort during high-profile proceedings. Just last week, Combs rejected a government plea offer that could have spared him years of courtroom drama. Prosecutors reportedly offered a reduced sentence deal, but Diddy's team turned it down, preferring to fight all charges at trial rather than admit guilt. So, what's daily life like for Diddy in the Brooklyn MDC? Incarcerated celebs like Combs face strict routines, head counts, limited yard time, and shared cells with other federal detainees. His lawyers have flagged concerns about mental stress and privacy, but so far no public complaints have been filed. Jury selection kicks off May 5th, 2025, and we're looking at a 10-week trial packed with explosive testimony. Key witnesses include former partner Cassie Ventura, who will recount alleged assault footage, along with several women claiming coercion at freak-off events. Expect daily headlines, viral sound bites, and courtroom drama. If convicted on racketeering and sex trafficking counts, Diddy faces up to life in prison, a career-ending verdict for the 55-year-old mogul. Brands have paused partnerships, and social media is ablaze with hot takes. Some fans remain loyal, while others question how a music icon ends up in a federal facility. In a rare win, Combs secured permission on May 1st, 2025, to wear civilian clothes at trial instead of a jumpsuit. This helps preserve his public image and could sway jury perception. Despite a government offer for reduced sentencing, Combs rejected a plea deal last week, choosing to fight every count at trial rather than admit guilt. That raises stakes. A conviction could mean decades or life. At the Brooklyn MDC, Diddy follows strict routines, head counts, limited yard time, and shared cells with other federal detainees. His team has raised concerns over privacy and stress, but no formal complaints have surfaced. Next major date, June 10th, 2025, when the prosecution finishes presenting evidence. Expect explosive testimony from alleged freak-off event organizers and key witnesses, each moment driving viral search spikes for Diddy Jail Update. Labels like Bad Boy Records remain silent, awaiting trial fallout. Social media is divided. Die-hard fans defend Combs. Others decry a fall from grace. This buzz only fuels SEO keywords like Sean Combs trial and racketeering charges. Insider whispers say Netflix may greenlight a true crime doc on the case, so searches for Diddy documentary could explode. Drop major jail update for Diddy in comments to boost our reach. On social media, fans remain divided. Some defend Diddy's presumption of innocence, while others decry a shocking fall from grace. Meanwhile, Bad Boy Records and brand sponsors are staying radio silent, waiting to see if Combs secures acquittal or faces convictions that could trigger contract clauses. Let's unpack what the government must prove to convict Diddy. Racketeering, RICO. Prosecutors need to show Combs was part of an enterprise that consistently engaged in illegal activity. Here, alleged sex trafficking trafficking at freak-off events over a period of time. They'll lean on financial records, wire transfers, event revenues, and witness testimony to map the money trail. Sex trafficking. Under federal law, any transport of a person for prostitution via means of interstate commerce can trigger hefty sentences. Expect graphic depositions and cross-examination of alleged victims to punch holes in Diddy's denials. Conspiracy counts. Even if Combs didn't directly participate in every event, conspiring with promoters or security to facilitate trafficking can carry the same penalties. Watch for emails, text logs, and insider witnesses. If convicted, racketeering, up to 20 years per count. Sex trafficking, a mandatory minimum of 10 years, up to life, depending on aggravating factors. That means, in a worst-case stacking scenario, Combs could face multiple decades behind bars. For context, compare. In 2023, music producer Gordon "Gotti" Yelpers received 15 years on similar racketeering charges. Singer R. Kelly was hit with 30 years for racketeering and sex trafficking. These precedents set a harsh tone. Professor Insight, criminal law expert Dr. Alicia Moreno tells us that RICO cases hinge on proving a pattern of racketeering, meaning prosecutors must link at least two predicate acts, like sex trafficking or bribery, directly to Combs' enterprise. That makes the government's witness list and financial forensics absolutely critical. Defense strategy. Veteran attorney Xavier R. Donaldson will likely file pretrial motions to exclude certain testimonies, especially hearsay from third-party promoters, aiming to narrow the prosecution's case before jury selection. Bad Boy Records. While no official statement has dropped, insiders say the label is reviewing contracts for morality clauses that could trigger if Combs is convicted. Sponsor. Fallout. Luxury brands and beverage partners, including his own Ciroc line, are quietly assessing PR risks, and some are pausing joint promotions until the trial verdict. Music and tours. Tour dates scheduled for late 2025 are on hold. Fans are eagerly awaiting Combs' next public appearance post-trial. Post-trial motions. If convicted, Diddy's team can file Rule 29 motions for acquittal or reduced sentences. Those typically take 30 to 60 days after verdict. Appellate timeline. A direct appeal to the Second Circuit Court could add another 12 to 18 months before final resolution, meaning this saga might stretch well into 2027. Plea negotiations. Even after a conviction, prosecutors sometimes offer 35B relief, reducing a sentence in exchange for cooperation on related cases. Keep an eye on that possibility. Financial records. Look for testimony on event profit margins and bank transfers. These trail the alleged enterprise. Victim testimony. Depositions from alleged trafficking victims will be crucibles. Watch for emotional cross-examination that could make or break the case. Communications, emails, texts, and DMs between Combs and event promoters. Any smoking gun messages will dominate headlines. May 5th, 2025. Jury selection begins. Expect voir dire highlights. June 10th, 2025. Prosecution rests. Defense motions to follow. July-August 2025. Defense case and closing arguments. Fall 2025. Jury deliberation and verdict, potentially life-changing for Combs. Post-verdict, prepare for Rule 29 motions and an appeal that could stretch into 2027. That's your full major jail update for Diddy. From courtroom wardrobe wins and evidence to social media theories and the road ahead. Which piece of evidence do you think will be the knockout blow? The financial trail or the victim testimonies? Drop your pick in the comments below. If this deep dive gave you clarity, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the "We'll be here with every twist in Sean Combs' legal saga." Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.